These three women are not simple. Just a crude trap. I grab the alligator. That's pretty skillful to handle. The meat from the crocodile that's not wasted at all. Turn them all into skewers and put them on this fire. I don't even have any spice on it. I could feel the smell across the screen. How many people think it's appropriate to sell such a string? Kayla doesn't know how long she's been gone. Finally, we can see the water. I don't know if any of the contestants will be there. She just wanted to get a fire going and get some water. This place looks a little familiar. No one expected Kayla to actually find a new teammate. Mallory and Donnie thought they were starving. I didn't think anyone would actually show up. They were curious, and Kayla was the only one. After some communication to know, her teammates have long since backed out of the challenge. I've been on my own until now. Mallory had no idea she was so strong. You can catch a crocodile when you lose a teammate. They're way too strong on this side. There is now more hope of catching the crocodile. Kayla wasn't expecting her new teammate. I haven't had a good meal yet. Mallory's not in the best of health either. I'm worried about sending my team away again in a few days. There's no better option right now. We just have to take it one step at a time. People thought that when Kayla joined, can change the situation of constant starvation. Take a look next door at the Terra unit. Finally waiting for the stitches to be removed. I hope it's all healed up, so Terra can get back to the challenge. She doesn't want to be a drag on the team. If the wound doesn't get better, might as well go home early and rest. Come back and sign up for the next challenge. Fortunately, the wound is healing well. We just can't get to the water yet. To keep the wound from getting infected with what? Terra is going to practice her bow and arrow. See if we can hunt for something to eat in the jungle. Hasn't been active for a long time. The shooting feels good. She felt herself getting better and better. You will be able to complete the challenge with your teammates. To see Terra in better spirits. Lindsay thought that was what she wanted to see. Then we'll see what we can hunt, okay. But we do have less resources here. Consider whether to move elsewhere. Anyway, why don't we just fill up first? Sam's leaving didn't make a difference. Adam and Amber's survival in the wild. Amber wanted to hunt with a bow and arrow. Who would have thought Sam's bow was broken? It's probably the humidity. I hope he gets a better one. There's no way. We have to catch fish. Yada thinks there's a lot of fish here, although the fish are not very big, but in enough quantities. Then you can still get a full meal. With a lot of work, I managed to get 6 fish. The mood was pretty good. Take the food back to the shelter immediately. What Adam didn't expect. There are parasites in here. For safety's sake, the fish must be ineatable. No fish for energy. They can only target crocodiles. Terra looked for food nearby. He doesn't know what to eat here, does he? It's better to run into a crocodile. Suddenly, I saw a flock of birds over there. The size is quite large. Immediately slow down and walk over. If I can catch one, people can also pack a meal. Terra is in firing range. There's only one chance to shoot. That's a lot of pressure. Too bad it was so close. Terra watched the food fly away. The mood was pretty bad. The bird didn't even stand. You can't hunt birds like this. Now is not the time to be sad. Terra has to keep looking for food. But along the way, no animal tracks on the ground. He didn't know where to get food, did he? Can only walk deeper and deeper. Adam and Amber plan to use parasitic fish as bait, hoping to attract the crocodiles. Ever since the alligator meat was eaten, Adam feels physically exhausted. Still got to set the trap. He doesn't want to move somewhere too soon. Now we just need to move the hook around a little bit. It makes it easier to catch the crocodile. Found a place close enough to set it up. Let's hope the fish attracts the crocodiles. If that doesn't catch you, he needs to talk to Amber about where to go next. When Kayla joined the new team, they started looking for crocodiles in the neighborhood again. You see crocodiles coming every night. Just can't catch it. We'll get the fish in the basket as bait. Kayla thinks there's a good chance of catching the gator. They just had a bit of bad luck. Mallory was feeling very tired, but deal with the trap by swallowing it. Kayla was pretty worried about that. She doesn't want to put someone through it again. I'm sure I can't talk you out of it. Or see what you can eat nearby. So far, I've only found a few berries to eat. No amount of this is going to fill you up. Need some protein for energy. Nathan is busy weaving the ropes. He wants to build a trap to catch some small animals. The principle is quite simple. It's a tree branch against a rock. You touch the bait, you drop it. Nathan doesn't know what he's going to catch. It doesn't take much energy anyway. It's been a long time since I've had meat. Some food supplements are badly needed. Otherwise, it's hard to keep going. And Lindsay is in the jungle looking for food. Found quite a few marks near the hole. Most likely, an armadillo dug it up. Setting a trap here is bound to pay off. Got a noose right here in the hole. It's so hard to gather food here. She needs food so badly for energy. Someone's going to drop out of the challenge. The trap looks pretty good. I don't know if there's a good one. It began to rain heavily in the evening. Adam was pretty happy with the shelter, not at all worried about being affected by the storm. The Tyra team is in trouble. The shelter was already flooded with water. Sleep must be impossible. Watch the fire all night. Keep adding firewood to it. Let's hope we make it to dawn. I managed to stay until the morning of the 16th day. Nathan feels like it's really bad out here. The stockpile of firewood has been used up. Now it has to be collected again. Lindsay didn't sleep well last night. Spent the whole night worrying if the water would come up. The caterpillars slipped into the shelter. You know, the caterpillars here are very venomous. It burns when it touches your skin. In severe cases, it can be fatal. If it's in bed at night, it's scary to think about. Mallory hasn't given up on catching crocodiles. She needs more bait to draw her in. Kayla agrees with this strategy. As long as we catch the crocodile, everything will be fine. I'd rather not sleep tonight than squat until the crocodiles land. She was very confident that she would catch it. Now it's up to you to catch more fish. There's plenty of fish in the cove around here. Kayla tried to drop the line. A few moments later, there were fish on the way. It made them very excited. Sure enough, fishing has to be done professionally. I'm just curious. Do they just watch? Anyway, Sister Dong said she didn't have any fishing tools. As long as Mallory isn't embarrassed. Kayla thinks the more bait, the better. Adam's team is trying to catch a gator. Let's hope it's on its way and waiting at the trap. But the crocodile ate the bait and ran away. This made them very angry. Are they going to starve again today? Suddenly, Amber found something. There was a snake resting on a tree. Adam went straight up the tree to trouble the snake. He doesn't let go of anything he can eat. Amber was rather worried about it. One bite of this would be a feast. Adam looked for it and couldn't find it. He doesn't want to waste his time and energy on this. Let's go back to the shelter and get some rest. Adam wants to go back to the old waters and look for crocodiles. It used to take a lot of time, and even if you catch one, it's a hassle to move back in. If I don't get any more food, I'll have to risk going back there. Lindsay and Nathan check out the traps, even though they didn't catch anything. But there were signs of a touch, proof that there is food in the cave. Lindsay rearranged the trap. I believe that if it comes out, it will be hit. Stay away from here when you're done. Avoid scaring it because of the smell. For food, Lindsay can be said to be worried about the heart. You don't know when you're going to eat meat. Nathan's trap didn't work either. Now I just have to rearrange it and then go back to the shelter and starve. Tara felt it was impossible to continue like this. We need to broaden our search. After a brief discussion, we head to unexplored places. I hadn't gone far before I found some wild fruit. It tastes good. Gather it up and eat it to get your strength back. Collect it as you go. These are just food cravings. The key is to get some meat. There are really very few resources around. Maybe we need to move somewhere early. Lindsay suddenly heard screams. She accidentally touched the caterpillar. My whole leg went numb. Call a doctor right now. Blisters are starting to appear on the legs. Lindsay didn't expect such bad luck. She doesn't want to quit the challenge because of that. Soon the doctor came to check it out. This part of the leg is swollen. It's not as bad as it could be. The toxicity is relatively minor and not fatal. It'll wear off after just a little rest. The doctor left without even ordering antibiotics. Lindsay was very upset about it. I hope this leg is going to be okay. Mallory's still busy setting up traps. This location is frequented by crocodiles. She doesn't believe that she can't catch them every time. All set, waiting for the crocodile to bite. Lindsay is in a very bad mood. At least half the challenge will be on the road. It's hard to complete the challenge by starving yourself. Food is hard to come by here. Even the water level has dropped a lot. You have to move further afield. Lindsay is going to take a look at the waters 15 miles away. Tara thought it was too far. Or try your luck at a watering hole 6 miles away. At least there's enough strength to build a shelter. 3 people, after a simple discussion, decided to move to the small pool tomorrow. I hope there's plenty of resources out there. At night, Nathan felt extremely cold. I just want to throw myself in the fire. You have to keep adding firewood to the fire. You don't get much sleep. Didn't get much rest on the Kayla team, did you? Just to get to that alligator. The sounds of crocodiles struggling could be heard throughout the night. It was hard to wait until dawn. They immediately went after the crocodile. It doesn't look very big. I'm a little worried it snapped the wire. Kayla moves around her back to restrain the alligator. Paige Mallory, over here, right now. It took a concerted effort to catch the crocodile. The size is quite small. I feel like I can barely get enough to eat. That's enough for them. Let the body recover some strength first. I'm sure we'll catch bigger crocodiles later. Turns out, it was all about Kayla. Or it's just Mallory and Sister Cave. I'm gonna be hungry for a while. Now get rid of the crocodile. They can't wait to eat the meat. Adam and Amber want to eat alligators too, so they decided to go back to where they started. Apply black charcoal to avoid sunburn. They had no intention of bringing water. I was curious to boil the water like this. Aren't you afraid of an accident at the shelter? Back to the familiar path again. It must be a lot more tiring than last time. Kayla and the gators have been disposed of, although the meat is not very big. But I'm still going to smoke and eat less. Try to make sure you order meat for the next few days. Kayla thinks a little fat is enough for soup. Use the uneaten parts as bait. I hope we find a crocodile pond back there. Reward yourself with a croc roast. I haven't smelled meat in a long time. I can't wait to taste it now. Mallory was feeling better. You can feel the smell of meat across the screen. It's going to be a lot worse for Nathan. There isn't much wood around that is fit to burn. He doesn't want to spend every day looking. Lindsay was a little worried about Nathan overworking himself. After all, I don't know how long it will be tomorrow. She thought she might as well get firewood another way. Nathan says it's halfway down. Stop now. That's not worse. Lindsay was quite speechless about it. She's not going to help cut it anyway. Nathan decided he wanted to keep the fire going at night. I need to cut this wood. Tara knew this was going to happen, so I didn't try to talk Nathan out of it. Lindsay is very concerned about the current team. Everybody's doing their own thing. It doesn't look like a team at all. Now I really want to join another team. Nathan is busy bringing the wood back. Tara thinks he keeps working like this. You're going to wear yourself out sooner or later. Now I'm worried about tomorrow. In case of dehydration and heat stroke, I don't think it's going to last long. Tara can only help get rid of the wood. Lindsay thought it was stupid, but I still help cut wood. After all, a team has to help each other. She was afraid Tara would hurt her hand again. Let's work together. Things are pretty quick to do. Nathan thought it was worth it. He didn't want to be shivering in the middle of the night. Adam and Amber are still on their way there. They thought it was too hot. Suddenly noticed the tracks of crocodiles on the ground. Not far ahead is the pool. The crocodile must be in there somewhere. If you have goggles. Adam wants to dive down and explore. The water is just too murky. There's no way to tell where the crocodile is. Okay. Nevertheless, they chose to enter the water. It's the only way to find the crocodile. But I didn't see it the whole way. Adam was pretty disappointed about that. Crocodiles are out of reach. I had to go fishing. Don't know what went wrong. I used to get some fish. Now there's nothing. It feels bad enough. Kayla's here to the gator. The mood is so good. The cooked meat goes straight down into one bite. The smell of alligator meat filled my mouth. If I could eat one every day. Don't say you stay for 40 days. Even a year would be fine. Sister Dong thinks this meat is really delicious. Unfortunately, it's only for a few meals. We still have to get some meat later. If only Kayla had joined the team earlier. Probably already had a crocodile dinner. I don't need to be so hungry now. Even though the team only has women. Physical convenience is definitely lacking. But they believe in working together. I'm sure we can complete the challenge together. Adam and Amber are still struggling for food. They've been here a long time, but not a single fish came up. Worst of all, I'm a little dehydrated. I should have brought that water. And now I'm leaving empty-handed. See if there's any food on the way. Although this expedition didn't go so well. But it's better to stay in the shelter and starve. And so he walked back. The body is exhausted. I feel like I can smell the flesh on me. I don't know how long it took. Amber's feeling more and more dehydrated. I wish I could lie down in the water and rest. Adam's not feeling too good either. I didn't feel tired carrying a crocodile last time. It's getting a little overwhelming right now. Fortunately, the waterfall was not far ahead. The two finally returned to the shelter. Adam immediately takes the boiling water to cool it down. Amber had to stay on the side to cool down. It's getting worse and worse. It's all been hard to spit out. There's nothing Adam can do about it. Just let her drink a little more water. Amber was so tired that she just wanted to lie down and rest. I really don't want to look for that crocodile, if I can help it. Adam was still trying to persuade Amber to drink more water. But Amber didn't respond at all. For safety's sake, call the doctor to check it out immediately. Luckily, it's just dehydration and heat stroke. Then drink plenty of water and rest. Try not to tire your body too much. Adam was pretty worried about that. He didn't want to lose another teammate. The pressure of the challenge is getting heavier. The Terra team spent a lot of time and energy on firewood. Lindsay's opinion on this is quite big. I hope I wake up tomorrow and have the strength to move on. Nathan does feel energized. He is very much looking forward to the challenge ahead. The Adam team, on the other hand, was a lot worse. They were both a little tired. No food for energy. Sooner or later, the body will give up. The challenge continued on day 18. Team Terra wakes up ready to go. Before the sun comes up, we need to make time for more walking. They had only half a jug of water to drink. To be able to complete this challenge, even if you are tired, you must insist on walking. Otherwise, it's just the resources here. It'll just keep them hungry. Amber's not getting any better, okay. She felt more and more dizzy. I feel tired talking now. Adam's got no spirit, either. I just want to lie there and rest and not work. We need a crocodile right now. Otherwise, it would have been difficult to complete the challenge. Terra's team has walked more than 2 miles. The body is exhausted, plus the constant exposure to the sun. It's like walking on iron. Terra was having a hard time breathing. Can only stop and rest for a while. There's still a long way to go. After a short break, Terra pushed on with her pain. I can only walk for a while and then stop and rest. We won't even get there before dark. Terra felt like she was too much of a drag on the team. She wants to quit the challenge and go to the hospital and lie down. Lindsay kept trying to reassure Terra. I hope she can hold on, at least accompany them to a new place before quitting. Finally, Terra decided to hold on a little longer. I hope we make it to the creek. Kayla's still eating alligator meat. The mood is getting better and better. He even brought the goods live on camera. Have friends who like to eat crocodiles. Remember to follow before you like. Guaranteed to be 100% pure wild crocodile. Didn't eat any feed. The meat is delicious and the price is affordable. If there's anything else you want to eat, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Although it may not catch the shipment, but they will try to satisfy everyone. Cave Sister has developed various crocodile dishes, just waiting for everyone to come and taste it. Terra's is less than a mile from its destination. The physical toll is too great. The worst thing is when thunder sounds. Although avoid being cooked by the sun. But if this rain doesn't stop, it's very difficult to build shelters and rest at night. I finally came to my destination. The water looks better here, whether it's fishing or catching crocodiles. Now is the time to build a shelter, then find a way to light the fire. Finally, they decided to build on higher ground. All you have to do is cut down the surrounding trees. Just build a simple A-frame. Working together, the three quickly put together the frame. Finally, cover the top with palm leaves. Body temperature is dropping very fast. If only the rain would stop for a little while. Lindsay was already shivering with cold. Fortunately, the rain did not last into the night. We were able to dry the material a little. Suddenly, Terra screamed. Who would have thought she'd be hurt again? I cut my foot with a rock this time. The mood was very lost. It really slows down the pace of the team. Tara doesn't want to be taken care of all the time. Doc thinks he's playing a little too much this season. We're going to have to ask the show crew for a raise. It's a pretty infectious environment. Can only be lightly disinfected and bandaged. The pain was so bad, she was just screaming. Adam's health is getting worse and worse. And worst of all, there are bugs in the feces. There's a good chance they're infected. The situation is pretty bad. I had to call a doctor. The doctors aren't sure what parasite is it. Just have to prescribe some medicine first. We won't know for sure until he tests it. People wonder if Amber's infected. Let's wait and see.